to be under the judiciary, or we need a word police to police us.
Okay, Kris
because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform the judiciary, or we're going to need external help? Yo, a very good morning to you guys. Very, very good morning to you. My name is Kris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. I'm reaching you again from London. It's a daily show. Every morning, I just want to share this moment with you. I seem not to be able to put it across the way it's supposed to be. So, and I continue to ring it until it sinks. It's like when you preach the gospel is never going to have an ending. It is continuous. And wherever we stop, others will continue. But let me give you the magic equation we've said on this show before. We've already established that poverty plus hopelessness plus access to weapon is equal to insecurity. And we can define poverty, we can define hopelessness, we can define access to weapon. Access to weapon might not actually be gone. Because when people are poor and they see hopelessness in their life, every tools available to them, they will use it to cause havoc. And that is it will become an insecurity on so many other people. And if you're around them, you are the victim. Did I say this? If you're around them, you're the victim, because that is what it is. Okay, let's use the case of Boko Haram. Boko Haram are poor people. Fact. They can't see hope. They can't see themselves in the new Nigeria. Fact. They have guns. And they are actually attacking those around them. You see, there's that proximity to them. So if you're not too near them, you're a little bit free. But how long is this going to stay? How long can we be lucky not to be around them? What about those who are around them? Nigerians, I can understand the frustration when people are happy that we need a foreign help. If you look at the intro of my show, I said two things. It's either we reform the judiciary. I don't care about every other aspect of government can fail. But by the time the judiciary fails, then we're in trouble. Because, in fact, it's the Bible, I would say. If not, it is a popular saying, which makes it a Bible saying, that the hope of the common man is the judiciary. Now, by the time we have no judiciary, then we have a problem. No matter what is happening, no matter how bad it is, the judiciary, you can run to the judiciary and say, hey, look at what I'm going through. Look at the oppression I'm going through. What if you don't have a judiciary? Then there is a massive issue. And that is where we are as a nation. And I have been saying that it's either we reform that judiciary, and then we have a beautiful land, or we need external help. And like I said, this equation is working right now, but we need to understand it deeply. If we can understand this equation and we put it to what we're doing today, maybe it will help every single one of us. The problem we have is this. We might pretend that it's okay. It doesn't concern you. It will concern you tomorrow. You that is comfortable now, you are actually at more risk than me. Because the trouble coming, they're not going to see the poor. Now, they cannot do anything. They're kidnapping poor people and demanding ransom. They know these people don't have money. A time will come, they will come after the rich and make proper demand for ransom. In fact, it is some of the street ones that are kidnapping ordinary people. And those are the ones that ask for 5 million, 10 million. The ones that goes for the main guys, they don't ask for that kind of money. Or especially those that can cause damages to the government. They know how much they are asking. And from what we heard, which Erufai is saying, the government is cashing out. The government is paying, and these guys are cashing out. And I don't know what to do anymore. But is it the way to go? When you look at the other side of this beautiful land, like I tried to talk about yesterday. Yesterday, I talked about a very beautiful aspect of our life, which is our creative sectors. And I analyzed it and how young people have created a new Nigeria for us. The politicians or the government or the leadership refuse to key into that, to make that even our hope. Because sometimes everybody must not do the same thing. No, there's something I said. When I came to Europe for the first time, and I was taking my look at the United States of America. Other than the days of Obama now, I don't see black people in American politics. They are not the people running the American affairs. But you know where you see black people in those days? In talent, right, in the creative industry. They dominated music. We, black people, dominated music in America. We dominated sports. If you see the 100 meters, the boxing in the days of Muhammad Ali, now Mike Tyson. So you know that we have a unique trait. Maybe as we try to look at our own economy today, we can look and say, this is not an aspect of our own that should be neglected. And funny enough, like I was able to analyze yesterday, that aspect of our life is uniquely deposited in Nigeria than even in the United States. As you can see now, our boys are doing music the way you've never seen before. They are into movies the way the world has never seen. Nollywood now the second biggest. Our fashion is now good, is the best, I can tell you. There's nothing the Nigerian guy will cut and give to you. And because we have more variety, we can make their own, they cannot make our own. So we are in a unique position to dominate the world. When we come to sports, are you asking yourself why Nigerians are not actually doing well in sport? Do you know we have no football? As much as all of you love football, there's no football industry in Nigeria. Look at your premiership. This is what I was talking about as a big failure of the government. And I said to them, if we even organize a yearly event, say to drag in tourism, which is one of the biggest source of income for any nation, who is more blessed in terms of culture than Nigeria? I just Google now. I was asking Google, how many kingdoms do we have in Nigeria? They said it's not recorded. How many traditional rulers do we have in Nigeria? It's not recorded because they are numerous. A country where you are blessed with so much variety, so much culture. What are you doing with it? You see, this is the difference. The British people have one culture, which is that of the monarchy. Look at how well it is. They are still making money from it. They celebrate their monarch. In fact, the crowning of the king, the passing away of the queen. Hey, do you know how many people troop into England? Then when they get married, when anything happens, they celebrate their own and they monetize it. You see, when you have a rich culture, people come and see your way of life. And that's what they didn't need to advertise it. But when you see the king descend anywhere, it's that royalty. Then what happened to all our kings? We've not been able to monetize any. But do they have more kings than us? Do they have a deeper culture than us? Our own is deeply rooted in religion. For your information, is the King of England that is the head of the Anglican Church. So there is no kingdom that is not rooted in religion. We need to sit down, my people, and try to think again. That's why on this show again and again, I've tried to put some thought to us on what we can do. But let me take a look at the beauty of the Nigerian state of today. Today, I say let's just take a look. Well, I've done this before, but I think we need to understand it again to see that this nation that is in ruin is not, we are not supposed to near here at all. And I'm asking myself, how did we manage to get here? Who is our enemy? We are our own enemies because we don't even know what we're doing. Have you seen two Nigerians fighting? Maybe there's something, the poverty in us, this ill culture that is now planted in us, it's now making us to destroy everything around us. That even when we see beauty, we can't see it anymore. We destroy it. And I did one thing. I asked ChatGPT, what was Jesus' offense? Let me say this before I talk about the beauty of Nigeria. I said, why did they kill Jesus? There were two reasons why they killed Jesus. One was religious, and the other one was political. Now, the Pharisees and the Sadducees said Jesus Christ committed blasphemy by calling himself God or Son of God. Because when he was asked, are you the Son of God? He said, you said so. Are you the King of the Jews? You have said so. Now, that was a threat to the religious sector. Now, politically, Caesar, who was ruling over there, that is the Roman conqueror, who is now because they were under the Roman rule then. They see him as a threat. Because this Jesus that said is king of the Jews, then they ask him, are you the king of the Jews? Because they're talking of the earthly king. You can talk about your heavenly king. The Romans were concerned about who were grabbing. They want to collect their taxes. If you say you are a new king, hey, where's your authority? You see, this is why everybody were his enemy. So sometimes I wonder what Jesus went through himself as at the time they would have been killing this man. Have you thought about it? The thought of being innocent and being killed by your own people. In these frame charges. May God help us. And he said it all, would not for me, but for yourself and your children. What happened to Jesus then is happening every day in our midst. But let's look at the beautiful state, Nigeria. Let's start with this. Maybe this is the best one to start with. Let's take a look at this image. Now, if you look at this is the 36 states plus the Federal Capital Territory. And I want us to have this map at the back of our mind when we talk, so we can understand how we are, who we are as a people. Whoa. If you see this map, you can see trouble. You can see politics. You can see everything. I don't want to go to the way the map is being drawn. But let's assume we have 36 states. 36. Is that not beautiful? Now, as it is today, Nigerians, these 36 states are not contributing to the national coffers. If you ask Niger State, how much are you contributing in terms of the money you make for the federal government? Nothing. In fact, those of Niger, at least Benue, they still farm. But if you go to the core north, which is the most blessed part of the country, they're contributing nothing. As it is today, the north has become a nuisance to the state of Nigeria. Not because they don't have the potential, but because that is what their politicians taught them. Now we're having high rate of insecurity more there than in the south. We have high level of uneducated people there than in the south. We need to address this. But take a look at this map. If they tell you that there's nothing in Sokoto State, are you not stupid? In Zamfara State, Katsina, where Buhari come from, Kano, Kaduna, Kebbi, Jigawa, Bauchi, Yobe, Borno, Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba. Taraba is even near here, Plateau, Kaduna, come back, Niger State. Then you see this Federal Capital Territory in the middle. This is beautiful. If you look at around these places, you see how much is there in terms of natural resources and how much those people could make for themselves. Now, let me put the full map so that I can talk about this. Now, if you go straight on to Oyo State, that's one of the states that have chosen to go into farming, which Ogun could have done so, or she could have done so, Kwara will be doing the same. What is Ekiti, Ondo, all of them, this is the Yoruba area there. Do you know these people could have been best in farming? They are so educated that if they used to go into farming, we can't get it wrong. If those states used to go into farming, we can't get it wrong. Actually, Oyo State has started it. Now, I was talking to a boy who used to work for me. He's now into farming. And he goes to Ogun and Oyo to go and pick his skills. Obasanjo, don't forget Ogun State. Don't underrate Ogun State. Ogun State is one of the state that produce some of the top brain in the country. If you don't know them, Obasanjo is from Ogun State. Wole Soyinka is from Ogun State. Fela is from Ogun State. Do you want me to name them? In fact, I think Abiola is also from Ogun State. That's a one powerful state. The question you ask is, so are you telling me these people cannot? Obasanjo was able to make a farm for himself, but they could not tell his states to farm. But you just had a farm, which is good. Thank you, sir. But sir, don't you think this your farm will die off when you die? But imagine if Ogun State have access to when you were president. I don't even care who carry money. If you had used the money to bless Ogun State in agriculture, that today Ogun is now producing only maize, just one product that the whole world is coming to buy, we will not be where we are. Instead, most of you will enrich yourself, make some stupid policy. When you die away with the money. Some of the money you will not even spend. That is the sad part. So what I'm trying to fight for today is that if you look at the potential of the Nigerian state right now, there is no reason to be poor. There is no state that cannot make money. If Oyo cannot make money, what is in Oyo state? Is it the natural deposit that they're using? No. They decided to use the population, the people, into farming. And they are now generating a lot of money and now contribute to the federal government. Now, forget about, because we in the Niger Delta, even as much as I want to make mouth, if they've taken oil from you, does it stop you from having another unique product and services you can do? And for those, Lagos is one beautiful place that I begin to like. Except that their journey is still a little bit here and there, but they have a lot of money right now, so they can misbehave. So I think that is what they're doing. Otherwise, Lagos can actually be the home of all services. I don't think Lagos have the land to even go into big farming and all that. But I don't even understand. Dangote, when they put a refinery there, that refinery should have been somewhere around Ogun, but it doesn't matter, it's in Lagos. And so we can begin to build that place. In terms of services, yes, the tech world, maybe in Lagos, or maybe the tourism zone. I'm happy now you're going into carnival celebration. You're not the carnival of Nigeria. You're not doing it. But don't forget, Nigeria did First Act 77 in Lagos. You are coming, Lagos State Governor. First Act 77 was done in Lagos. The building, the National Theatre is still there. First Act is still a town that you cannot forget. Baba, you came to London to learn about carnival. The carnival that is sitting with you, you are here to learn about carnival. I'm not going to fight it today. But are you not ashamed? Don't you ask yourself, what is First Act? So when you are in that place, ask yourself, look around you, Lagos State Governor. What is the meaning of First Act? That town, First Act town. That building, the banks just renovate now with a lot of money. Name after Wole Soyinka. What is this for? Where is the origin? But how can people from that kind of place come and learn from Notting Hill Carnival? What is in Notting Hill Carnival? Just a display of women naked, dancing. In fact, it is they know it to be the African Caribbean culture. The African Caribbean is a part of the African culture. You saw them. And they're trying to trace the root and bring the culture back. That's the people you're coming to copy from. You see, because we refuse to be genuine, to be productive, we're shortchanging this world. Not only that we shortchange Nigeria, we are shortchanging the world. And that's the sad part of it. Do you know the African Caribbean people? I have a lot of friends that have been to Antigua, to the other part of those world. They will want to have partnership with you. But what are you going to offer them? You can't even offer them a rich culture, which we have. They want to have a rich culture. You have it, but you don't know it. You cannot even understand it. That was my cry yesterday. Let me not go back to that. But let's talk about the state. So when I look at the rich potential of the Nigerian state, don't look at it from oil, please. Look at how many states we have, 36 plus the Federal Capital Territory. Imagine, if you watch my language these days, I begin to call it the United States of Nigeria. Maybe that's the language we need to use. And if you want to practice true federalism, yes, maybe the bulk of money is going to the federal government now. But I'm very sure that if you choose to do business within your state, you will be able to make money. Let me ask Delta State. You want true federalism, yes. Other than the oil, which the white people are the one coming to drill from your land, Are you into any production that is going to feed you? So you're relying on your natural resources. It's your own. Anyway, no problem. Nobody's going to fight you about that. But can you even control it? The truth is, in Nigeria, the weight of oil in your land is something you can't control. Even the entire Nigeria could not even, they don't know the quantity of oil we have. We don't have even geologists who are working every day. Where is the Delta State governor with the geologists who should be discovering where oil? Because there's so much more oil in the area than we have ever discovered. Do you want to look at Bayelsa? That one, they breed oil. Everywhere you turn is oil. And when you look at the people, they are poor. It does not add up. Nigerians, we're going to try and look at what this potential, what we can achieve with this. Unfortunately, we're not getting it. And you know, the height of it all, they now gave us something called the sixth geopolitical zone. You see the language, sixth geopolitical, not geoeconomic. The essence of geography is to know what is in the place. So if you cannot even trade, because I expect the way we have ECOWAS being for West Africa, that is how I see these unique bodies, being all of them to come under a block and then begin to grow an economy. So when federal government is releasing business ideas, or they work as a block. If a state cannot do well, maybe Delta State in partnership with the whole of the South will work together to create an economic zone. What I'm saying now is, if one of the states don't have enough money to build a refinery, because that is their comparative advantage, then the South zone can actually build a refinery. Right now, you guys are handouts. They give you now it. It's a shame. They now set up NDDC just to set you some small money so you keep quiet. And you're celebrating it. Who's going to help you? I can't help you. And it's sad. Very, very sad. And as we look at all this, one can only wonder, where is this going to lead us to? We can, you know, I've not even talked about what is in. You see, yesterday, I used to talk about what the young people, the potential of the human beings. Don't forget 2 things I've done today. I'm talking about our biggest advantage, really. Our biggest strength, our core strength is not the oil. It's not the mineral deposit in the land. It's actually the people. That you can see that when we were taken as slaves to the United States, we did the physical labor. We are the one that built this Europe physically. Physically, the black man has been slaved. But maybe if white people could see us and use us that way, we'll stop the government of Nigeria from using us. Are we not ready to serve our homeland? The white people came. They didn't hate us. So they needed laborers. So they came and they forced us away. And we labored for them. And we built their land. The remaining one, Tinubu, who asked you? Now, the remaining ones are lying down, nothing to do with them. Is it not? Now they are begging to go out and be slaves. Because you don't have anything to do with them. Now, because they cannot afford to be there, you can see them springing out. In music, you see, because you can't hide the talent. Boom. Movies, boom. Fashion, boom. Do one little thing in Nigeria, it will fly. Because the talent is everywhere. The human resources is wasting. And that is the biggest punishment God has for us. God will ask you now, with all these human resources you have, what have you done with them? Every time we talk about the natural resources, the human resources, which is why they came to take us away. Don't forget, the white people saw 2 things. Wait, let's first. The first one was the human resources. They came, they took us as slaves. Don't tell me they hated you. What they were people looking to grow for workers in their sugarcane farm who will serve them at home and be Lord. They saw the black man and they said, these people, they can work. They paid our king, or they partnered with our king, and they took some of us away. They are still there now. So the first time they came was to take the human resources from Nigeria, from Africa. Then when that thing lost its value, because I say, hey, this is not fair. You can't treat human beings as animals. So they come to their senses and said, okay, let's abolish this slave trade. But there was still more thing in Africa. That was why during the colonial era, they didn't come for human resources anymore. They came now for the natural resources. So when they say Africa have human and natural resources, in fact, it is clear from history what we have. And today, young people have displayed the human resources in us. And the natural resources is the only reason we still survive. Have you seen African leaders crying these days? Oh, we want to take control of our gold, Ghana. We want to take control of our ivory, Ghana. We want to process our product before taking it out. Amen. So it is now established that we have both human and natural resources. Let me repeat that. Human resources was why they came to take us as slaves. Human beings were taken away. And when we got to the United States, we worked hard, we built America, and we actually brought out the talent. The talent could not hide. Have you seen the set? Like I said, have you seen the first set of the Michael Jackson, the people that brought music out in the United States? They sold music to the rest of the world. The people like them, Muhammad Ali, they sold boxing to the rest of the world. Sports. Have you been to American football these days? Please go and check out how many black people are there. And if you see the basketball, you know, they took the best, so we are top people. And again, come to the Olympics. If you want to talk about Olympics today, the 100 meters will always be from the America. If not America, it's going to come from Jamaica. Because we're the best. You know, these guys, they came, they took the best of among us. So, you know, they were not going to take someone like me. They were taking the tall, huge men. Maybe if there were people taking me, I would have died on the way. Imagine the journey. So it was those that are strong that really survived the journey to the United States. It's only, you're being put in the ship, in just like a commodity inside the ship and being carried away like that. Few survived. And that's why you can see it in their strength. They will run like nobody. And when they're given any chance, the black man excel. It's evidence today. That's to tell you the amount of potential. To enable, I'm talking to you. The people you are underrating, the people you couldn't put to good use. Instead of setting up a geo-economic zone, you are thinking of setting up a geopolitical zone, Nigeria. You have all the people, the human resources, which history has shown. And today, the only reason China is coming, making you friends, is because of your natural resources. China now come to actually farm. They're going to soon sell cassava to us. China will soon begin to export cassava back to us. Now they're bringing some people from their prison. They're going to impregnate our women soon. Chinese will not bring their best. They will probably bring more from their waste. That's what happened in the UK. When they were sending people to Australia, it was the remnant of their prison that went to Australia. They dominated. They are still Australians. They are English. I don't know the history. Someone forgive me if I'm wrong there. Exactly what you will see today. Don't be surprised that Chinese people, they will see the remnants of their prison. These people are wasted there. Let's take them to Africa. Let them go and explore. Give them some little skill. Let them go there. After us, there they will be trained as white people. They're going to impregnate the women, and we're going to get into more trouble. You see, we are in constant slavery. Who is responsible? Our government. You see, the painful thing, when they come, they don't have anybody to negotiate with. They're coming into a land that where people walking around it, they have gold on their feet and they can't even see it. They cannot do it. They are busy sleeping with women. That's what we do, Nigerians. We're busy sleeping with women. Do you know the amount of natural resources in our land today in Nigeria? How can people blessed with so much natural resources that brought the British to come and stay, and that is still feeding you today with only one of the resources from the Niger Delta region is what that is feeding all of us? Imagine if we had gone in to discover where our gold is. Where is our geologist? Until Oyibo come again and discover the quantity of gold in Sokoto State. That's why we know we have Sokoto, we have oil, we have gold in Sokoto. I am very sure we have diamond deposited somewhere. Do we know? It's only the white man that will now come and go to look into our land. We should be ashamed. You know what is so funny? The reason I brought this is, now that we have been wise enough to have 36 states, why don't we think of how to use these human resources in the state and the natural resources in the state to bring out the best? Now we have 6 geopolitical zones. Why don't we use the 6 geopolitical zone? Now change it from geopolitical to geo-economic zone. The first thing I will do if I'm president of Nigeria, God punish you. What is geopolitical? It's geo-economic zone. When you call it a geo-economic zone, then people now, so the name alone will follow it. No, it's not a political area. It's an economic area. On a good day, using the word geopolitical, if they understand it, it's not that bad though, except that they play politics with it. Because what is politics? Politics means management. What do you manage? Resources and the human. So politics would have been all embracing, but we don't understand politics. So naming it geopolitical becomes a wrong term. Otherwise, geopolitical is a good language. But what is geopolitical? When I say the geopolitical area, I'm talking about how these people will become, they are together. When I look at the geopolitical setting of a place, I'm looking at the economic potential, the human potential, and of the area. So I'll be looking at the human resources, the natural resources of the place. But when we talk about politics in Nigeria, it's about an election. If they talk about geopolitical, so no, they're going to win an election. Oh, good enough, they're going to drag the little thing the federal government have. It's not about putting this place to good use. Oh, Dangote said it all. That we can turn Nigeria to paradise in 5 years if we want to. Maybe it's me that is mad. I thought it was me. Trust me, Nigerians. In a matter of 5 years, Nigeria will become paradise. It's there. You can't get it wrong. How can you have all these human beings? Some of them, now you can do well in Olympics. You can see Nigeria playing good football. What I'm saying about Nigeria is the role of Africa. But let me use Nigeria as a case study. What is it that we cannot do in Nigeria? Because when you look at the success of Nigeria, the rest we learn. What is it that we don't have? The only thing we don't have is leadership. And that's something we don't need to be joking with. Something we should take very seriously. Something that should be paining you. As you wake up every morning, you ask yourself, why are we where we are? One reason, leadership. There's no other reason, my brother. The only reason we are where we are today is lack of leadership. That should be your concern. That should be your pain. If God, the truth is, you see, and now it has become in our mindset. You see anybody in Abuja today, all the person think is how he's going to hammer from how to get one contract and be rich. Or how the government going to get an appointment and be rich. It's not how he's going to be productive and be rich. Let me talk about that a little bit. It has a serious implication. Have you seen your people? Nobody in Nigeria today is thinking of what thing am I going to go, or what services can I render that will make me rich? What business can I, or what goods can I produce that will make me rich? It is about me getting an appointment and I will be rich. And that is where the failure is. Individually, in a group, in communities, this is our mindset. No, let our son be governor. Let our son go to the Senate. Let our son go here so that he can bring money. It is not what we as a people can produce and be rich. You know, I was so angry with my own nation. I'm from Urubu. And I was asking them, how much can the federal government, can your senator bring from the federal government? How much can your governor bring? Your son is now governor of Delta State. What has he brought to you now? What as a senator, you were deputy senate president, what were you able to bring in? In fact, the president of the country today, how much has he been able to bring to his people? Two angles there. Individually, as a group, we have failed. Until Nigeria begin to ask, what services can I render and be rich? What goods can I produce and be rich? Not, and your community asking, what services can I render and be rich? What goods can we produce and be rich? Delta State will be asking, what can we produce to be rich? What services can Delta State render to be rich? By the time we continue to rely on what is going to come to us, we're going to remain poor forever. Poverty remains a self-fulfilling prophecy mentally. And let me tell you the truth. There is nobody, I can tell you, look around you, that made money from politics that are going to be able to keep the money till they die. If it's no more in power, the money will be gone in a matter of seconds. That's why the politicians, they never go away. They are always coming back because they could not maintain, even somebody that made some 20, 50 billion, is gone in a few days. He want more. He's coming back to the same source. That's why they are now career politicians. And so the only business they know is politics. And you cannot blame them because this is their mentality, it's what they know. You can't blame such people. And but this is the mindset that needs to change for us to see tomorrow. We can, let's put it this way. In fact, what really interests me today is this one. If the 774 local governments area in Nigeria, now think of what services can we render to be rich? What goods can we produce to be rich? So this is from the local level now. I said, let's forgive the community. In my own Urobo nation, you know what I propose for them? I said, forget about the federal government, forget about the states. How about Urobo sons and daughters come together in the one word under Commonwealth, where we invest our own money and produce things for the rest of the world to consume, for us to consume and for the rest of the world to consume. By that way, we would have created our own jobs, we would have created our own economy, and we'll have a voice in the Committee of Nations. It doesn't interest them. Everybody I talk to is, governor, don't bring money. This is the problem I'll be facing. I'm using my case as an example. I came up with Urobo Commonwealth. I'm an Urobo man. Imagine Igbo Commonwealth, Yoruba Commonwealth. Rather than trying to get somebody to presidency, how Arewa Commonwealth? Forget about this Arewa gathering to come and win presidency. It's not going to change your life. What's going to truly change your life is Arewa Commonwealth, where you now sit daily to talk about, to think about, and work on what you can produce. What goods, let me make it simple, what goods you can produce that will bring wealth. Listen, if Arewa today just say, okay, let's just produce cashew nut. I just took cashew nut, that's what I can remember now. And said to the rest of the world, do you know that would have created so much jobs? So much. Dangote is doing it in his own small way. If Dangote could set up a refinery, imagine what the whole of Arewa Commonwealth can do. The question is, don't ask where the money is coming from. Because when you have a lot of people, you have money. Just say everybody bring 1,000. You know what I said to them in the Urobo nation? If all of us will buy my ID card for 2,000 naira, because for you to say that you're an Urobo man, you won't have your ID card. Imagine 2,000 naira times 10 million people. That's one pot of money already. You don't misuse it. It's not for fun. We're going to put that into something. So that being an Urobo man, you have an identity. And if you choose to buy a share in what Marcus Garvey did, meaning we are now making money. The money will be nothing if we just spend it. But we're going to put that money into the production of a product or rendering a particular service. Those people will be rich. Now let's put that into the local government. If Ethiopia West, where I come from, if what I'm saying now, we have 74, forget it, I'm not talking the state now. Let's talk about the 74 local government. Let's say the state is only administering, and the hub of our economy is in the local government. So every local government, for instance, now, if they can now say, okay, Sit down and forget about Nigeria. Let's talk. We are. You call yourself number one citizen of the local government. I hear my own saying, I'm the number one citizen of the local government. Yes, we hear you are number one citizen, sir. But do you know what that means? What that means is, now, sir, put your men together. Call your people together. Now do something. Think of what you can produce. The goods you can produce, the services you can render, that you have a comparative advantage over others, and make that thing. And you will see if your lives will not change there. If you do that, you will not even remember whether there's Tinubu in Aso Rock. If we do that across the 700, look at the numbers, 774. Imagine 774 units. They become economic units. Their focus will be, okay, when I come to that kind of meeting, I'll be asking myself, this is my local government. How is my population? What do we have? What skill do we have? Do I have the human resources? If I don't have, I will train some immediately, like cash program. Quick. They become feeding. This is the thing we want to produce. What can we produce in this land? It could be a service. Like I asked the other day, we might just be producing this kind of Zara shirt to export to Europe. If that's what you choose, so be it. If it is farm you choose, so be it. If it is movie you guys even choose to do, if your local government choose to be making movies, so be it. But you're going to make it, and you're going to make it and sell it. What I'm saying now is, Nigerians, if the 774 local governments are doing what I'm saying now, do you think you have room for Boko Haram? Where will you have time to go and carry gun? You are too busy. You will not have time for what are you talking about? In fact, you will not go to church every Sunday to dance for 24 hours. You'll be busy. Do you know why Nigerians have time to go to church? Why the pastors are praying on them? Because we're idle. We're lazy. We say we're going to work, we're not working. And we want to be paid. You will not going to be paid. Nigerians, learn this now. In the UK, I'm going to work today. If I don't do my job for the 8 hours, I won't be paid. The hours I will put it in, and I will be well paid. I cannot preach this better than what I have said. I look at the potential of the Nigerian state. I'm not talking. Listen, if you get me wrong, it is true that we have the best of human resources. The reason I know is they came and they took us as slaves, and we built their land. Now you are shouting, oh, black people in America. They were your own people you sold that have built the place for them. And they remain there. They can't come back. They are not going to come back. But what did they do with them? They saw the potentials of the black man, and they took it to go and build their land. You have them with you now, sir. So you cannot tell me you don't have the human resources to do anything. Natural resources. I can never forget. Anytime I talk, you know what I do? I go to Sample, where I come from. If you induce this, the white people, they created AT&P, the best plywood. Now, when you talk of plywood now, it's something none of you be thinking of here. You'll be thinking, I want to talk about oil, I want to talk about farm. No, plywood. Wood. Where by the riverside, there's wood. We're going to cut log, we're going to saw the log, and we're going to send it to Europe. There's no way in the world where they don't use wood. Wood. Do you understand? WOOD is what the white man did in our area. And they made a lot of money. So if the local government there now say, okay, even if you want to think, I bet think of what the British did. In your own place, you will see that you don't need to go to think far. That is, your brain is not working. Even as far as I'm concerned, I won't be worried about I won't be worried about that. I won't even go into wood, because you know what I see in that area? I see the potential of the rivers. Oh, I see River Ethiopia flowing. Oh, and I see what a wasted resources. What do you do with the river? Nothing. The river is doing nothing. Kai, let you hear me? River doing nothing. Suppose my people, we now have a way of channeling our water into a fish pond and begin to produce fish from there. That would be one. And if we just buy fishing boats and go into the sea and fish and begin to export, will we ever be hungry? How much does it cost to buy a fishing boat? How many can we do? I know of many people, most of my guys, they came to Lagos and they've been working in the fishing boat for years. Something that would have been better done in their own village, they are not doing it in Lagos. Kai. With disgrace. You know why? You see, why I'm saying this is because we lack leadership. We don't see this. And because our focus, is it leadership? No. You see, we need to start to rethink. We need to that body restructure. You see, when the Kris wake up in the morning, I've never thought of how money is going to fall into my lap. I'm a thief. I'm thinking of what I'm going to produce that's going to make me rich. And that's why I'm never scared. I'm getting late, although, so I'm giving up on so many things. Otherwise, my strength or my wealth is not going to be on what that will fall on me. It's on what I will produce that will bring that wealth to me. But my guy, if you think today, if you wake up today watching me now, your thinking is what am I going to produce that I'm going to give to the rest of the world that will make me money? You'll be rich. If you think of what services, it might be very small. It might be very small. It might be just setting up a small where you're going to offer service. Look at the word services. Go online. GPT is very stupid these days. Anything you ask, they answer. Say, what services can I render to the world? What comparative advantage? It begin to advise you. If you cannot think, do you have that strength in your place? What do you have in your area? How can you not render a service in Lagos? How can you not render a service in Lagos? You know how many people that are poor? Let me put it this way. The last time the language teachers are poor people. And I say, yeah. If I were in Nigeria, I would have been a teacher. And I won't be poor. Because I'm going to set up a school. You see, you're going to think outside the box. I got these people who want to go to school. I see Shasakpokri, Dr. Shasakpokri. Anytime he's boasting around there to school, I just love the man. It's not boasting from what the oil is making. It's not telling you his oil that his appointment is looking for. He's not even a chief. The man went to school. He's a doctor. But he set up a school. He saw the potential. And he's going to render a service. And rendering an educational service. Do you know you can actually render a political service and you will be paid? You can render a commercial service and you will be paid. Do you know one funny thing? I am looking at ShopRite every day and I say, God, you know, ShopRite is so rich. You know, ShopRite, I can only come in between ShopRite and I'll be very rich. In a matter of seconds. If I did Nigeria, I lie. I don't have time to come home. It's like I am caged here. Do you know one funny thing I was thinking one day? I said, okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look for a particular product ShopRite will sell. Now, work with me, guy. Look at ShopRite. Look what particular product. It doesn't matter what they are now, what they have now. You're going to go to the company and say, you want to buy this in a quantity. What is the rate they're going to give to you? And you're going to come and supply that product to ShopRite. And I'm going to ask ShopRite, are you ready to pay some upfront or you're not paying? Guy, you are rendering a commercial service now. ShopRite may not even see the potential in that small thing you brought in. You've visited the company, you now negotiated the price. ShopRite is an outlet for sale. You are in between now. You've just rendered a commercial service. Guy, you will be richer than a politician. Politician that will get to office, the moment his appointment is finished, is hungry. Is that the person you are imitating? Is that the person you want to be? What is wrong with us, man? I can't do this better than as it is. You know, Nigeria, what is surprising to me is how much we think that our life depends on money that we can get for free. We're not getting it. It's not hard time we know that it's not coming. When a child lives in illusion for too long, and at the point in time, the child begins to think, no, this is not working. When we you Nigerians understand that the money is not going to fall, it's not like manna. Manna time is gone. In fact, manna was once in the Bible. It's not a daily thing. Why do you need manners if you can? And what I said today now, I talk as an individual. I don't believe in individual doing things, but that's me thinking to survive if I'm in Nigeria. But imagine my proposal for the Ethiopia West, or my proposal for Ogara as a kingdom, or my proposal for Urhobo people as a nation. I'm looking for the hook. Only any of them will go for me, because I could set up Urhobo Bank. It will cost me nothing. Let me use the word nothing. Dafinone cannot think like that. He's looted. His man is oil is flowing through him. He's mad. He's soaked with oil. He can't think well. You don't need him. You can set up the Robo Bank, the Edo Bank, the Isako Bank, brand it, sell it, offer services. You'll be surprised that some people will say Isako Bank is actually giving me better services. Their services are better. I'm going to bank with Isako Bank. We're human beings. We're looking for services. And you know, with the bank, look at the way the banks are cashing out in Nigeria. Nigerian banks are the most wayward, most reckless, most evasive set of establishment. You don't want to be like them. You want to give the customer better services, and you will see how many customers you have. You know, the competition in Europe is what makes it work. Oh, this is what they're doing. I'm going to offer it less. In the UK, they do marketing. Go and study marketing here. They tell you, offer, you get it less. Only £1 you remove. Only 1 pence you remove. Instead of £100, they'll say 99.99. You think you save money. What is 1 pence? But it will make you to come and buy from them. It's marketing. Do you know now that the Yorubas now have been able to turn music? The way they add Yoruba to the English music, it's working so well. Do you know what is so sad? It is only the young boys still trying to form music studios. You can't see the state coming in. You can't see the community coming in. It's not a bad thing. No. I'm not even saying maybe you don't want to go into the production, because you might not even need to be in the production of the music. But if you can help by creating business around the sales, it will boost production, because when I have where I'm going to sell my music, I'm going to go and think of how to make a music. The reason Nollywood exists is there is a market for it. Who is providing us the market? Netflix. Nigerian government is dead. Because only Nigerian government provided a market. Let me get it. We have a population of over 400 million. Africa is a population of 4-something billion. Your children are making movies. Netflix is the one selling the movies. You are a stupid man. You are a waste of space. Imagine you taking the position of Netflix. You don't need to tell Netflix, set up something similar to Netflix. I cannot sing this louder. And then you buy and you distribute to the people because you're making money. Netflix is purely commercial. But you don't even need to be like Netflix. You don't want to make 50%. You want to make 10%. What that will do is more money will go back into the production, because the guys are now making more money. They're going to produce. You see, you have boosted that industry. That is what we call enabling environment. Not to construct road and you say you've done enabling environment. Are you out of your mind? Go and be let that be an enabling environment for you. If it's enabling for you, go and do it. In the next 5 minutes, I'll be closing the show. Nigerians, we can do this. We can do this. Maybe we should This is why sometimes when you guys think I'm being biased with Peter Obi, I like Peter more. Peter may not even see what I see, but that he can think along that line. Because Peter is still of the opinion that you're going to get people to set up business and employ people to employ. No, I am even thinking bigger. That community should be doing business and employ. State should be doing business and employ. Local government should be the hub of employment because you're going to do business. And let it be the problem of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to buy, say for instance, anything you produce as a farmer, any local government farm product, the federal government will buy it. Wait. Anything you produce, the job of the federal government is to buy it and distribute it. So me as a federal government, my own is to buy from you. So you're not losing. There's a steady market for you. If you make any movie, there's a market for you. If you farm, there's a market for you. If you have a bank, I will patronize you. Whatever you do, federal government is your number one customer. They are even your total customer. They will buy all the products and faced with the burden of selling it. And because federal government is not only out to make profit, they want to only make 10% and give you the remaining one so that you can be more productive again. Nigerians, can you listen to me? If we do this, there will be no room for Boko Haram. There will be no time for Yahoo boys. There will be no place for kidnappers. Herdsmen, we know who do you allow some people. Now let's talk about herdsmen a little bit. These guys are blessed, you know. The thing I understand about herdsmen, they have cow which they take around the bush and now preying on people's crops. The cow, we eat cow. We need meat. For me, this is a word. If the federal government now say no, hey, you don't need to go there. Look at, if you can rear cow, go and set up your ranch. I will work with you. Because maybe you don't have money. They don't have money to do this. Go and buy cow or go and loan cow. Show me where it is and I'll be giving you the feed. In the end, I'll buy it from you. When they have a particular age, I'll buy it from you and I will turn it into beef, which I will sell to the rest of the world. The rest I will sell within the country. Do you think these guys will be going on down the road killing people in the name of a cow? Because right now, their life depends on one cow. If you take it from them, they will kill you. God will bless you, Dangote. In 5 years, Nigeria can become a paradise. We're not going to become paradise from politics. We're not going to become paradise from anything. We're going to become a paradise from the things, from the goods and the services we produce and render. That's the only way we're going to become a paradise. And we're going to have a sustainable environment. And this, you know what is so interesting? When I look at the power of what the 774 local government should be doing, and what the state government will do, and the role of the federal government, I can see all of them working together. So we don't need a geopolitical zone. We'll be thinking of a geoeconomic zone. The essence of that zone is to what? To aid the production and improve the lives of those people as they work in partnership with the federal government. Because anything you produce, the federal government is already buying it and reselling it within the nation and not to the whole of Africa. How can we be poor, my people? You make a movie today, federal government of Nigeria has bought it, and it's on the Nigerian platform for you to watch. The whole of Africa, the whole of the world will be watching from the Nigerian platform. In these days when we have online, hey, Nigerian government, hey, when we have how many, NTA is still the biggest television station in the world, in Africa, put to say. They are not even. I'm ashamed to be part of this world, sincerely. I don't know what to say anymore. I am sad, but when I see the hope around me, I smile. Except that some people are born poor But may God touch you today to think well. Any child you have that is thinking of how it's going to blow, it's already a waste of space. I'm an example. The thing that will bring you peace of mind is what goods you're going to produce or what services you're going to render as a human being, as a group of people, as an association, as a nation, as a local government, as a state, now as Nigeria. That's what is going to make us human beings. Not how much oil we get for free. That's why I said yesterday, the prosperity will not come from the things we consume. It will come from the things we produce. And when we use the word produce, it's not only producing, that's why I use the word producing goods and services. When you render services, it's production. When you produce a good, like you plant a seed and it grows, that's the good you produce. All of them are production. For instance, now we produce movies. Movies are not something it's not a physical thing you eat. It's a production. It's a product. That's why we're going into production. The product will be a film. You must think along this line. You want to go into the studio to produce the music. That's why you call the word producer. And you have the music as a product. So a product is not always something you eat, because sometimes people don't understand when I talk about products. Then when I talk about services, imagine, bank will come to you. You bring the money in the bank. It's you that even bring the money. You're only asking the bank to manage the money for you. Where your money is being kept safe, where you can access it, where you can use it for whatever you want to do. It's services they are rendering with your own money. And you're paying them. So if we think, and you talk about insurance, those are service providers. Okay, I can't bear the risk. Insurance is going to cover it for me. So when I don't, in case anything happens, insurance will cover. They're rendering you that services. If we think as a people that can render services and produce goods, we can never be poor. And that's why Dangote can never be poor. Dangote is not looking for one politician, one government to come and give him money. Instead, it's either it's in production of cement or setting up a refinery now. Or in some cases, if you know you guys need sugar, he's going to import sugar and give to you. If you need salt, he's going to import salt and give to you. How can you blame him? You see, he thinks. He renders services. Even when he's not producing, he's rendering you a service. That is why he's rich. And that is lasting prosperity. He's going to be rich forever. Nigerians, I want to stop here because I'm going to run away. It's 1 hour into this show. That's all the time I have today. And I want to thank you for joining me. For those of you who didn't have much time, like I said, I don't have a lot of time to do this show normally on Tuesdays because I have a lot of things on my plate. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Kris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. I do this every morning, and I try to talk to Nigerians on what we can do to make this country a better place. My pain is, if I would have stopped if I don't believe in it. There's so much we can do, so much potential in us, so much deposit in us. It's like a man who has all the thing, he think they work. He God give him plenty spend for body, enough he born. Something is wrong with him. All you need is to get the right woman and get her pregnant. You have a baby. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll do this again tomorrow when we have more time to rock and rock and rock. For now, stay out of trouble and God bless you. Bye for now. All right. Okay, I don't understand why. Share your video by click. Show other plans. Well, I don't know what they're doing now. Okay, share your video clips. I need to cancel this and close the show. Thank you very much for joining me. We end the show here right now. Thank you. Bye.